Hello there and welcome to day 7 of the 30-day Money Mindset Challenge. I do hope that you are enjoying this series and that you are noticing the subtle shifts in your brain as you show up consistently and you follow through on the activities that I give you and what you learn, because it is this internal shift that completely transforms your external world. So today, for day 7, I'm going to ask you a very strange question. If money were your lover, would it want to live in your house? Now, before you go, you're weird, I'm going to explain this to you and break it down. So if you think about, if you have a significant other and you have negative things that you're saying to them all the time, like, you're not enough for me, you're never around where I need you, you create so many problems in my life, you're just unreliable, and I'm just always stressed, you cause me so much stress and anxiety. Now, you may not be having those actual words that are going on in your brain that you know about, but if your emotional response to your financial situation is stress, is anxiety, then the feelings actually betray a negative internal conversation that you have about money. So in order to turn this around, you can deliberately start having and creating positive things that you say about money, because you know it's your neural pathways. And if you think about, so say you're on, just say you're on a college campus or any park, anywhere. And aside from the paths that are already cemented and laid out, you've got these other paths that people have created. Okay, now they've created them by actually deviating from the normal path and crossing in a specific line. And it's taken many people to cross in that same line to create a new path by getting rid of the grass and everything else. And you have this path that has been created. Your neural pathways are the same. When those neurons fire over and over and over and over, it creates this familiar pathway in your brain, and that is the go-to for your brain. So in order to create new neural pathways, you have to consistently tell your neurons to fire in a different way, to think in a different way. And this is where the habits that you build and that you deliberately create out of your consistency of effort are going to make the most massive difference in the results that you have in your life. So it's things like the practices that I gave you yesterday and the attitude of gratitude, and starting to think about how you can have deliberate conversations with money that are positive, that are affirming, to say, you know what, thank you, money, for being there when I really needed you for my survival. Thank you, money, for the roof that I have over my head, because without you, I wouldn't actually have shelter. Thank you for every single ounce of food that I am able to put in my mouth to sustain me. Thank you for helping me to pay my electricity bill so I can have warmth and light and cooling and turn on my appliances. Thank you, money, for being able to put the infrastructure in place for me to be able to turn a tap and have running water so I don't have to go to a river and carry a bucket. Thank you, money, for building the city that I live in. Do you see that money actually facilitates the education systems? It facilitates the hospitals. It facilitates the networks and the electricity infrastructure and all the infrastructure that we live in and the housing. Money is the exchange that creates it all. Without money, none of it would exist. Without that financial currency exchange, you would not be able to live in the state of comfort that you're living in. Now, I know you may be going, comfort? What comfort? Honey, you have no idea how hard my life is. Okay, take a chill pill. Because there are comforts that we have normalized in our lives that, in actual fact, we live better than most kings and queens have lived throughout history, because we have running water where we just turn on a tap. These conveniences have never really been available before in human history other than the last 100 years. mean, that's pretty phenomenal, don't you think? And money and currency has facilitated it all. So there are comforts and conveniences that you have access to that are all as a result of money. So there are so many things that you can actually start to turn this conversation around deliberately in your head. And whilst you may say, I'm not having those negative conversations in my head about money, okay, you may not actually, those words may not actually be forming that for you to recognize them. But as I said, it's your emotional response that betrays the underlying conversation that you're having. So just come to terms with it, deal with it, change it. You can even sit down and have a conversation with money. Like, make a cup of tea, make 2 cups of tea, sit down and pretend that money is there and go, hey money, how you doing? Thank you for being here for me. I'm sorry that I have not always been that kind to you. I'm sorry that I've said abusive things about you. I didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to. I was just completely unconscious and unaware. But I'm going to do better. I promise I'm going to do better. I'm going to start appreciating you more. I'm going to start being grateful for all the things that you've provided for me in my life. I'm going to deliberately have better thoughts in my brain and actually be very, very appreciative of your presence in my life. Even though maybe I'm struggling a little bit, I know that it's not your fault. I know that it is my internal dialogue that keeps pushing you away, and I promise I'm going to do better. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up today with a tapping on being grateful for money and appreciating the financial resources that you have and the life that you have now as a result of money. But first, I really need to tell you about my Thrive coaching program. Thrive is a 6-week coaching intensive where I work with you to get crystal clear on your vision for your future, help you to build an unstoppable mindset, clear out your fears, doubts, blocks, and limiting beliefs, and create and execute a unique strategic action plan that leverages your unique gifts, talents, and superpowers so you are empowered to build wealth through a business that feeds your soul so you can step into your power and thrive. Now, Thrive is like no other program you've ever experienced before. It's about going beyond healing to real world results because I'm on a mission to help you to be the best and most powerful version of you so you can live life beyond your wildest dreams, live your purpose, and thrive. So if you're ready for that kind of transformation fast, then you will find the link in the description below. Go and check it out after this video is finished, and I hope to see you in the Thrive program. It is actually at a very special price right now, and that will not last forever. So don't wait. As soon as this video is finished, go and check out the Thrive program. Now, the tapping, we're going to go straight in with the fingers and tapping on the inside of the eye, and repeat after me. If you're new here, by the way, and you've never experienced this before, then just follow along. You are going to be amazed at how it shifts your state of being. Okay, repeat after me as you're tapping on the points that I tap on. Thank you so much, money, for your presence in my life. Thank you for the food that you buy for me. Thank you for paying my electricity bill. Thank you for the comfort and convenience that I have in my life. Thank you for the place that I live in. Thank you for the appliances that I have that make my life easier. Thank you for all the infrastructure that you have built. Thank you for always being there for me when I needed you most. Thank you for the fun things that you've enabled me to do. Thank you for all the things I've been able to buy. Thank you for the clothes that I wear. Thank you for the fun times we've had together. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for putting up with my negative attitude. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you for helping me to fuel my dreams. Thank you, money. Thank you for everything. I'm so grateful for you, money. I know that we're going to have a great relationship moving forward. I love having you in my life, money. Thank you so much, money. Money, you're such a powerful part of my life. Thank you, money, for everything. Okay, deep breath. And let it out. Deep breath. Let it out. Okay, how are you feeling? So, shifting your attitude toward money is going to have a massive impact on changing your money mindset and your relationship and ultimately your results with money. So, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. If you are finding benefit in these videos, then please do me a favor, like and subscribe. And if you want to be notified for the future videos, then hit that notification bell so you will know when the next video drops. I look forward to seeing you in the next video tomorrow. And remember, if you have missed any of the other videos in the series and you want to go back, then they will all be in this playlist for you to go back and watch them as soon as you are able. So I look forward to seeing you in day 8 tomorrow. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow.